Josh Chambers says, can you comment on studies that claim through archaeological studies Yahweh was one God among many that the Israelites worshipped and that monotheism was just a gradual development? It's got me bothered. Read an article that claims that monotheism was a cultural development. Any words of wisdom on that? Yes, it's nonsense. I mean, I can poop in the toilet and put it in a pie and tell you it's fudge too, but that doesn't mean I should eat it or feel bothered by it. I should feel bothered by its smell. It doesn't mean I should ignore its smell, and excuse the metaphor, but it's kind of what this amounts to when you go historically speaking. And give me just a sec to come back to it, finish your comment though here. It says, you said, it goes on to mention that traits of other gods got melded and created Yahweh as the sole God that they worship. Okay, so there's two can play this game of the ancient religions, and it's really like not that difficult at all. So here's their game. Their game is like, oh, look, all the religions of the world sometimes have some things that are sometimes the same, and they all are just like the Christian idea of God. So somehow the idea that the Christian God is in all the other gods of the world, in interjection kind of ways, like spikes, like very brief overlaps. Well, therefore, the Christian God must be made up of all of these other gods. Now, there's two who can play this game. The real antidote is, well, therefore, all these other gods are fake, can I say it, bastardizations of the Christian God. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Let's argue about it. That's what they're doing. They're arguing about chicken or egg. And you can pick a side and argue if you want. That's great. Go play tic-tac-toe. Yay, right? What is it? The only way to win is not to play, right? And if you got that Easter egg, God bless you. So it's not even an argument. Yeah, of course, if you look at ancient religions, there are things that reflect Christianity. Well, if Noah got off the boat with one religion and he taught it to 3 guys, something's going to survive everywhere. The question is, when does enough disappear that you're no longer with Yahweh? That's the question. And that question is perhaps different at different times insofar as the signs of the institution go. Yeah. At this time, the sign of the institution would be bread and wine with us gathered around it. And that would be pretty significant reality, right? Back in the days of say, what, before the flood, what did Noah have? He didn't have circumcision. I don't know. He had the covenant. They had blood and animals. I know that much. So in any case, in every one of these realities, the true religion is always there, never leavened, ever. It always 7,000 have not bowed the knee. It is always there. The word and the spirit have never failed. But there are always splinter groups. There are always schisms rending asunder, and by heresy distressing the church in every age. And so they found some archaeology of an early schism, of an early heresy, where the Lord Yahweh became the Lord Baal, and the same word got used for both of them. And so the Israelites worship both of them because they also had become heterodox and heretics. The Bible talks about this. I mean, it's not even surprising. So good stuff, Josh. I don't mean to be harsh on you, but yeah, don't waste time losing sleep over the pudding poo of the historical critics. There's this nonsense. Most of historical criticism is nonsense. They don't apply. If you go read historical critics on any other ancient text, they don't play the same game. They do not play the same game at all. They're far more reverent to the text. And so you just at a certain point got to realize these guys are scam artists. They're not playing by honest scholarship, and they're just making sophistic arguments. It's a chicken and egg argument, and that's like this big argument, right? So you just got to dismiss anybody who's making historical critical arguments. Deal instead with the textual critical studies. Those are very important, right? And understanding redaction, that's very important because many of the authors are redactors, right? Luke is a redactor. He pulls together from various sources. He says so himself. That doesn't undo the text. It amplifies the text. So, you can study that. You can understand that. You can connect that to history. But these claims are just, it's like kindergarten, for pity's sakes. I know they were really smart, sophisticated, civilized, forward-thinking, technological, materialistic brains of old who came up with all this stuff, and they're bothered by real stuff. But if you take the time and the patience to look at it, and you have even a whit of belief that Jesus has risen from the dead, and you start just applying that as your counter question, well, what does this do to the resurrection? Does this call into question its possibility? If you just do that, it's not even a problem. These issues aren't even problems.